I was telling him that your real name is Rhubarb and you live on the moon.
My real name is not Rhubarb. Shut up.
Motherfucking rhubarb. That's what we opened to. That's what
Also-
we're opening to.
Also, Phoenix made the trailer. That's why he put himself as legendary. He's just like, yes, it's me. My name Rhubarb Supe. Welcome everybody back to Ace Attorney Tuesdays with the gang. Unfortunately, there's no music on this menu screen. It kind of sucks. Hello, Subject Hive. Welcome. Yeah, we're playing a brand new trilogy in the Ace Attorney saga, and I know you're all super excited for it. So, without further ado, we'll get right into it right after we introduce our brand new protagonist, Mexican Ghost.
Hello, everybody!
Huzzah!
It him.
Hit him. At the
I am
one
the
and only.
Mexican Ghost. You can just call me Mex, for short.
Yeah, it's okay.
The ghost of Mexico.
The Ghost of Mexico is completely fine.
So like this, what is the ghost of Ukraine? What's the Ukrainian ghost guy
Mexican
called?
ghost? More like
The
Mexican
Ukrainian
ghost.
The ghost of Kiev. It's same vibes as the ghost of Kiev.
Yeah. Anyway,
The ghost of
Anyway.
the ghost will now be the main character because I am retired.
You got fired.
I'm also
Pretty washed
tired.
up.
Your
I'm
dead
retired.
mental
Rhubarb
like,
is very
teeny
old.
weeny, you have learned all I could teach you. Now you must go out on your own. And you're like, time to become homeless. Time to lose it all.
I'm literally about to be Daddy Hobo Phoenix, and it's gonna be the best thing in the whole world. But yeah, if you haven't tuned into this before, we are just gonna shitpost and say the lines
We're
to
all
the
going
words
to get
and the
to a
things.
pile and make love.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah. That's oh, sorry. Did you not know that was happening? I'm gonna assume you did. Anyway, bye. Let's go. Can't remember if there's any lines in this part, but we'll just watch it anyway.
Audio design is my passion.
Holy shit, that's loud. I need to turn that down.
My earballs.
There we go. That's a bit more manageable. It's okay, it's more dramatic if we don't say anything, I think. Wait, does Windows 11 not have that volume feature, actually, though?
Kill issue.
I miss when the ringtones weren't actual ringtones.
And the ringtones were just the character's theme.
Yeah. It's okay. I still have that ringtone on my actual phone. Oh yeah, who's doing this? Shit, I never figured that out.
I
Bromie, go
assumed
for
you
it.
were.
Damn, if I knew he had someone who otherwise didn't have any lines.
Yeah, well, shame they're not here. Oh well. Anyway,
If you want to give the line to him, I'm okay with that.
hmm?
Or do you want me to do it?
Him?
Who's him?
Fluffy.
You do it.
I'll
I
do
don't
it.
Why are we giving Fluffy more things to do?
I don't know.
I will absorb even the transition dialogue.
I thought the hint was that he had. All right, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
Someone is not paying attention.
Do it.
April 20, 9:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Panicked. I'm sweaty. I can admit it. I'm nervous.
This is you, Fluffy.
Ah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight.
Wound up, sir? No. No, I'm loose. I'm fine.
That screeching noise, is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial, and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh?
I'm I'm fine. I got up at 5 a.m. to do my Courts of Steel voice workout. Yep, I'm fine.
That explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your speech.
Who did it again?
As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift.
Drift gotten, sir. I'm all over that drift.
As it
Tokyo
happens,
Drift.
I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let
Legend
this
has
case
just
fall through.
subscribed.
Hello.
Yes. Yes! I'm fine, sir.
One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client.
My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. And today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him. No way. Whoa! Good, morning.
Morning. It's all up to you today.
First trial. Nervous. Meeting him. Cardiac arrest. And I think I'm supposed to say something. Help?
So, you're...
Fine. I'm fine.
Mr. Fine, is it?
Uh,
I did remember you having an odd name.
well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. And he's your friend. So why...
You'll see. You can do it. Be confident.
I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean,
It's
it's
time,
time.
shall we? Mr. Steal My Line?
I'll steal your line. Yeah, right here and now. Let's do 'em all.
You fit right in.
Yes, sir. Okay. I need to focus. First trial. Here comes justice.
Okay, we do it all the time. It's
It'll happen again.
oh yeah, it always does. Can I
April,
really not get to the? Okay, interesting. We're good.
April 20, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. I'm sorry, it'll happen again.
Probably.
I'm sorry, it'll happen again.
The court is now in session.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is fine. I mean, ready, Your Honor. Going blank. Don't panic. Too late.
Your name was Mr. Justice. And this is your first trial.
Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine. Really.
Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a
Yes,
bit
Your Honor.
strained.
But I'm fine. Really.
Ahem, Mr. Gavin.
Yes, Your Honor.
I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case.
That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always
Word hard.
Seed.
to his client's wishes. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice.
Well, of course he wants justice.
A legend has just
But to
subscribed.
entrust his case to the screenhorn, why?
Thanks for the sobby car.
I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin.
I like to imagine.
So Gavin's got trial experience. Fine.
I like to
But does he
imagine.
have
that
boards
Phoenix
of
is like-
steel?
Sorry.
You like to imagine Phoenix is what?
I like to imagine Phoenix is like, I want justice, and then fucking Kristoff just completely misunderstood him.
Paul in charge of it.
He's just like, who the fuck is this guy? He has a weirder hairdo than me.
Then let's begin. The defense may enter the courtroom.
Defense is in the courtroom, you senile old fool.
Apollo
I'm in
was raised by
again.
Birds.
And then back out. And then in again.
Hmm. Hot.
This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. A long time no see, Mr. Wright.
Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player.
Mr. Wright. How could this have happened?
I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution would be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne.
To think, I saw you enter this room as a fresh attorney, and now I see you leave in chains.
Ah, Winston Payne. Subtle as ever, I see.
Ahem. The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him, wham, on the head, smack, killed him cold.
Customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was...
The pianist from the club, it seems.
a penis?
Yes,
Phoenix Wright, a penis?
this is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice. Totally not wine. Grape juice is apparently a defendant's drink of choice.
Court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence.
Deadly bottle added to the court record.
It was definitely not pianist.
There's something to note, Justice. All evidence is filled in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently.
The court record? Right. I've heard of that.
I'd say push tab, but we're on mobile, so use the court record button in the upper right to look at the evidence so far.
F4. Okay.
I'm confident in your ability to handle this.
Hold on a sec. Alt F4.
Right. Court record button. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action.
Oh my god, look at that court record button. It even flips around. Whoa.
Capella, you can also
So
push the jump
smooth.
button twice to double jump. Quick, try to jump up to that ledge.
Quick, get up to His Honor's podium. Smash him around a bit.
Double jump up into the Hydra's back. Cash, cash, dollar, dollar.
Mr. Justice, don't forget to save your game often. Also, take breaks every hour.
Oh, resetting.
Also, we cannot lose if you save Scout. Make as many fuck-ups as you want.
Do it, I tell you.
Quick save, kill them all.
So, the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this Shady Smith fellow?
He was Max in another life.
We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor.
A traveler?
According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, although his place of residence is unclear.
And he had some sort of connection with the defendant.
That too is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Ball Club on the night of the crime. Just like my hair is a crime.
Unfortunately, we can't lock you up for your hair crimes. If they had only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victims slighted the defendant's piano playing.
That does not appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean.
Lima monkey, same thing.
Oh my god, am I going to have to start playing Julian the monkey?
Julia.
Not the monkey. Oh no.
Oh no, not the monkey.
Oh.
I like to move it.
I like to move it.
I only have one brain cell this evening. Stop bullying me. I'm sharing it with 3 others at least.
You're an idiot.
Send help. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime.
Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling?
Yes,
That's a crime in and of itself.
Sue me.
indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen into become the basest. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Basest sort of criminal.
Well, actually, it's pronounced
Totally
based when you're
based.
referring to me, but
Fucking based.
It is true that the defendant was engaged in the game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that, a game, in the pure sense. A competition, Your Honor.
Competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome.
Come again.
The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present. And impress women.
just because you can't doesn't mean you should criticize others for it.
Shut the fuck up.
That will be our first order of business here, then. To find out more about this fatal game of cards. Yugi.
Turn the card over, Your Honor. It's a trap
It's
card.
time to do.
Your Honor, the defense would like to lay itself face down in the defensive position.
And end their turn.
Oh my god, that was great.
Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime.
My pleasure.
This is it.
It's over.
First trial. Here goes nothing.
It's over. Back off. This is it. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. I'm a pianist by trade, guys.
My god, Phoenix is a dick.
My real job is to take on the interested customers over at the poker table, if you know what I mean. The room where we play in the competition are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game. And our customers are happy.
Oh, I bet they are.
Hmm.
Penis.
Who can't play piano?
Better than a defense attorney who can't defend.
Or a prosecutor who can't prosecute.
Fucking burn.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Right, Your Honor. First cross-examination. Don't blow it.
Hang on, I'll read that voice line as soon as
Are you alright? You're sweating bullets.
Bullets? Where?
It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy too.
My brain feels strained and raspy, sir.
You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times. Though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher?
What to do? Should I ask Mr. Gavin for a refresher course of cross-examination? No need for help here, sir. I think I've got this one covered.
I think you'd better do more than think. You know it, or you do not.
I'm fine. The cords of steel are ready for battle. Weapons. Press and present.
Find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it.
Inconsistencies? Lies? Phoenix Wright? As if. Phoenix Wright would never lie. And it's up to me to prove it.
Fuck. Hang on. The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Stop looking at iMouse's stream.
No, I wasn't! Fucking wasn't looking at that.
Oh, the judge is a simp.
Oh god, that's slow.
They pay you just to play poker?
That would seem to be the case. I am a professional, after all.
Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hard-working member of society like me to imagine.
Yes. Your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston.
What?
I played poker for 7 years in that little room. And I've never lost once.
What?
You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. Quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw.
Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time?
As I said, I'm a professional.
He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible? The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction.
It has quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for the black market types back in the day. Back in the day.
Well, back market? Black market?
Oh no.
Look, it's back in black, alright? That's just...
Black market.
all in the past. Things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. But to say, there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room.
A smoky room, gambling hoods, you know. Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad.
The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals, safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, Lagoon keeps watch through the small window. I can practically picture it now.
window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but little else.
The room had a few other tricks to it. Oh, it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just a good, clean fun.
2 decks of cards?
A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards.
There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lines scattered on the floor.
Precisely. Cards on the table, cards under the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. The crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really.
Incidentally, we used 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards was red, the other blue.
As I recall, in poker you make 5-card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat.
Yes, a game of hands.
This competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently.
That's right. It was a simple game, after all.
It was a simp.
Are you
Good
sure?
game. Huh?
People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment that the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime.
Now that's strange.
What's strange?
I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense.
Oh, completely let that one slip by.
Don't despair yet, Justice.
Sir?
Right, there's something I'd like made clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand, and I'd like to hear it from you.
Sure, why not?
Very well, the defendant will amend his testimony.
Just one little press, and I've got myself a whole new testimony.
I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon.
So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon? This grape juice bottle? Right?
So I said.
Something the matter, Mr. Justice?
Too bad our defense attorney had never learned how to play dumb.
What's this, Mr. Payne?
I examined the bottle in question. You see, and it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints.
Objection!
No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine.
Excessive yelling can damage the judge's ears, and our case.
It also causes tinnitus.
Now you seem
But
to
what
just
about
making up
cords
words.
of steel?
All words are made up, Christoph.
Oh shit, you have a point.
Anyway. What's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant?
Well, that's true, but...
Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints.
Huh?
But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down.
Upside down? What does that mean?
It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can only be one reason for that.
Oh, I understand the word inverted, but I don't understand upside down.
Of course you would, you have an inverted penis. Yes, to brain someone with the bottle.
Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worse.
Oh? I see no problem, Justice.
Huh?
The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see.
Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court?
I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now.
Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case.
I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason.
You seem to have forgotten something.
What might that be, Mr. Gavin?
On the night of the crime, who was it that reported the murder to the police?
Reported?
Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright. But still, that...
Really?
Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a clue from the defendant's cell phone.
Near the scene?
Let's take a look at the diagram of the murder scene, shall we? Too bad Detective Gumshoe isn't here.
Oh, fuck.
Sag.
The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors from the ground level. 2 floors down from the ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in the hallway to go above ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant.
I see. And this is the phone that made the call.
Right, cell phone added to the
right.
court record.
It went.
Thank you for the follow, Big Bird 96, and we've reached our follower goal. Heck yeah!
Based.
Thank you. Pew pew pew. If I could get my
Hey, Big
soundboard.
Bird!
You know, that works.
Fog.
Thank you.
Good attempt, Fluffy. Fuck you, by the way.
The defendant could have displayed the scene of the crime if he so chose. Yet, he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he is being uncooperative?
Nice save, Mr. Gavin. I'd better not waste this.
I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being.
Toyed? I assure you no one is more serious about.
What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred? How can you possibly know this?
That's a good question. How indeed?
The answer is simple, Your Honor. Pain is cringe. And the prosecution has a decisive witness.
You're as good as they say you are.
Warrant.
So someone else was in the room the night of the crime. That must mean they witnessed the crime.
Everything up till now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready?
Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. To the enemy stand.
The witness will state her name and profession.
Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness?
I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's
Wrong
demonic-looking
That's
horn.
pain.
Oh, my bad.
Pain.
See, I told you I'd do it again.
I'd like to report a theft. A theft of someone else's dialogue, Your Honor.
He's stealing! He's stealing!
Hold on. I'm just gonna quickly do something with the sound because it's bugging me so badly.
What?
And they all died. They're stuck in fucking.
They're all fucking
The
dead. There we go.
end. Thanks for the
There we go.
stream, everybody.
No worries.
Alright, cool. GG's.
Alright, we're back.
I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns.
So I used a little hair gel. Relax, people.
Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this cult will cut them off.
You are sure?
I swear it on my gavel. Please come out.
Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor?
Well, if you are sure, it is okay.
Now then. Oh, wait a minute. But the prosecution can't explain the witness's paraphernalia.
Yes. She is a professional, Your Honor. These are merely the tools of her trade.
And that would be.
My name is Olga O'Reilly. I am employed as a waitress in the Borscht Pole Club restaurant.
Then why the camera?
Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht at his naming restaurant. But I also perform, how is it said, another service.
If one of these other services is taking the customer's pictures.
Dada, like for example, this one.
That's the defendant.
Indeed. On the night of the murder.
A man in white hat is one who's gone kaput.
Indeed. That is the victim.
He just went kaput. Bang, gone.
He
Goodbye.
exploded like nuclear missile.
Kaput, Ukraine knows nothing.
Oh, Jesus!
Fuck.
Don't go Putin.
Oh, please no. No.
Only
Push
for
on the
sale.
forever box, so to speak.
Would not like airstrike on my home, please. No, thank you.
Yikes.
Order!
Order,
none of
we need
that.
some order.
I know.
This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps.
It is same way as I drop cold balls of borscht on laps of customers, like casually.
And the court will
Yikes.
casually accept this new evidence.
Yikes forever. I'll probably do these, if that's okay. Olga's photo added to the court record.
The fuck?
Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder?
Oh no, you poor thing.
I was in room, the hideout, how we call it.
Excuse me? The
Gucci.
hideout?
It is room where a famous gangster bad guy was arrested.
That guy.
Oh my god.
You're not a bad guy, just bad guy.
He just misunderstood, guy.
You just
Because you're a bad
misunderstood.
guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
Thanks, Satine.
Thanks, Satan.
It's thanks, Satan.
I'm glad everyone understands the Wreck-It Ralph references.
Thanks, Satan.
Shame there was only one movie.
Just
Yeah.
because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy. It is room where murder took place.
What?
Da da da! You look of utter surprise. It is
A
lovely.
legend has just subscribed.
I will post my courtroom door later for you.
Thank you for the sub, Lissa, you legend.
Thank you. Ta-da! Photos will be numbered. And you'll write which ones you want a copy of.
So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley, our witness.
Thanks for popping in, Lissa. Appreciate
If
you.
Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means...
Very well. Witness, you will testify to the court about that night's events.
That night, customer asked me to deal cards for a game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on his locket at his neck. Then, last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. That man floored the victim, and he strangled him to death. It's not a joyous time, no.
No.
Incidentally, who won the game?
Isn't it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith.
That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Right can't lose.
Justice. Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection.
But he hadn't lost in 7 years.
I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either.
Let's just be in pain has a longer win streak than both Francisco Karma and Edwin.
It's a little embarrassing.
Incidentally, I have some evidence here.
Can you really say it's good if all you're doing is just going to the preschool and kicking 3-year-olds?
Yes.
Clearly he thought so. Clearly he thought so.
Because that's literally what he does. He just goes after newbies.
It pains to like goes into the preschool. Only the strong survive.
It's time to batter you, kidlets.
Just the fucking mental picture of that alone.
My witness?
My victory is absolute! And they just punch the child.
Listen, he just got his orders from Palpatine, okay?
I was about to make an Anakin joke.
Kill the youngling's pain.
orders?
Might as well call me Skywalker.
These are the polar ships as they lay on the very moment of the crime.
Mr. Payne, what shall we do? Not granting me the seat of Jedi Master?
I am the chips on this side of the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith.
Not just the men, but the women and the children too.
The younglings,
like animals?
We're all going to hell.
Chips, you say?
I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, irritating, and it gets everywhere.
And I hate it when it gets up my booty hole.
Yes, destroy Payne.
I love prequel memes. Alright. Payne is Anakin Skywalker in my head now. That's amazing.
Chips, you say?
Yes, in America they call them crisps.
What? No, we don't.
In the UK, I meant. Sorry.
What?
I mean, yes. Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are your spoils.
I know that. After all, the poker head of court number 3.
I think he means poker face.
Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table.
Chip photo added to the court record.
Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
It won't let me click it.
Skill issue.
Yeah, apparently.
Windows 11 issue.
Based.
Well, Windows
So,
11.
are you using a guide for this too?
I plead the 5th.
Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd.
But, normal customers only choke on borscht
And cut.
and cock.
No. I mean, this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Miss Orley, really now, did you witness the crime? Good catch.
Looking at this picture, doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything.
Yet, it is in fact that he was hit, Your Honor.
I see.
I'm trying my best, okay?
Wiz, are you holding your nose when you do lines for him?
Yes.
That's excellent.
Amazing.
Here is a photo that we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation.
I thought you were about to say, here's a picture of me holding my nose. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. I'm here for it.
That's quite
I'm
shocking.
sure there's an audience for that.
Eco, where's the Winston smut?
Oh.
No, please, no.
This head suddenly was hit.
Chicken Attack 2 added to the court record.
Chicken attack.
But
It's still
isn't
playing.
it happen? Chicken
Thanks,
attack! The defendant, he lunged the victim, his neck.
Oh, really, Miss Ollie? I think I've caught you in your own lie this time.
Oh, really, Miss O'Reilly?
Interesting. I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more.
What do you mean? I found a contradiction.
There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me.
Very well. Seems we should continue the cross-examination.
There's such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it.
There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much too.
Rex.
That's right, apparently. Shut the fuck up.
Man, Fluffy, you've done it again with this voice.
Yeah, you did it better than I ever could, man.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
You know, there was one curious part in her testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean?
Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about?
Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on locket at his neck, I believe she said.
I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar.
No, but look at this photograph.
Every time it
Makes me laugh.
Timing. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck?
Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this.
But what does it mean?
If we are to believe this witness's testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death.
Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor.
It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off. No?
Taking it off? Wait, you don't mean...
The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it?
Ah!
Eric?
Wait, fucking 30 seconds.
Just long pause.
Like Winston's just operating on Internet Explorer while everyone's on Firefox.
Winston Payne's just like, the prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Have you heard about the Ligma Balls joke? I just heard about it.
He's like, oh shit, I said it wrong.
Steve Jobs died of Ligma. Who the hell's Steve Jobs? Ligma balls!
Obama just became president.
God damn it.
God, if only, bro. If only.
Simpler
Take me back to
times.
the before times. I gotta go back. Back to the past.
Defendant, what did you have to say to this?
Nothing.
Say,
Yes.
I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you?
Oh, you mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter.
What?
Come again?
Phoenix fucked?
Phoenix
It's Papa, it says it on its hat.
Phoenix has a penis.
Is that just a candle?
Oh my god, Phoenix Wright is a sexual being?
Can I just...
There it is.
I thought he was gay.
It says Papa on his beanie.
Yeah, what the fuck do you think I meant by Daddy Phoenix?
I meant that, you know, in a gay sense.
Oh boy, you are wrong.
Mr. Wright, you have a daughter?
We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter.
So, Mr. Wright has a locket too? I don't know why this is just a coincidence.
Well, now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game.
Further testimony would really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost badly.
Miss... Oh, really? Yeah, really? You will testify.
What is with everyone like pausing for 10 years?
We are
It's for
fine.
It's for tension.
So.
It's pause for dramatic effect. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
You will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and defendant.
The game began with 3,500 points in chips for each man. As chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was victim. For last hand, defendant play with all chip on table and lose. The moment the loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table and... Oh...
Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game.
As the court knows, poker is the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow.
How many times have I heard these words? I've done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor. Miss...
It just skips it through sometimes. I don't know why.
Okay. A common tale, but true.
Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used?
Of course.
Something's fishy with these chips. Do I press harder?
Press harder.
Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips.
Explain? What is there to be explained?
Poker chips are poker chips! They're not fish and chips, they're a chip off the old block, not a motorcycle somewhere.
Thanks. Now that I've pressed her, I'd better ask her something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars? Or rubles? Even?
Yet, as I've been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand.
Fucking
Two
right.
types of chip, 100 point and 1000 points chip. It is not money, though.
Justice.
Sir?
Don't you find her comment interesting?
In more ways than one, sir.
I'd have it added to her testimony myself.
Well, does the defense want the witness to add to her testimony?
Yes. I do think this deserves further scrutiny. Add it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this.
Very well. Witness, if you would be so kind.
Duh, Your Honor.
You're sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure.
It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won, if you're not in kindergarten.
Like I was yesterday.
Hunting the children?
A child? It was my 76th, Your Honor.
The band is what for?
I am now undefeated for 7 years.
I forgot what the joke was. My ADHD is hitting me hard today.
7th year, the child finally won.
Judge?
So, just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court?
The problem with Bromy moving his desk 45 degrees is I can't tell when he's not paying attention anymore.
He's never paying attention, and you know it.
No more Hawkeye.
Fuck off!
Well, what are you doing then?
Watching
Of course.
emails.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My fucking god, shut up.
Now, see, what I heard then was an insult. What I didn't hear was a denial.
You're wrong, yeah.
We're played enough. We know.
Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large
Gentlemen,
chips.
This is Democracy Manifest.
Which were worth 1,000 points?
Why, the big ones, of course. Duh.
Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up.
The turtles?
It's basic fucking maths. Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips. And the combined total value of those chips was 7,000 points.
Yes, if my calculations are correct. Let's see, 3 plus 1 carry the 5.
They are, Your Honor. You can stop the maths. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up,
How much is it?
do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? Oh, wait. 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony.
God, listen to you point out contradictions all day.
But why? How could this be?
Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why.
Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, then there can only be one answer.
Well, what is it?
The value of the chips was the other way around. Yeah.
What?
Want to know what I think? The small chips are worth 1,000 points, not the big ones.
Madness. Utter madness.
Show me that photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up. Holy shit!
Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself.
Oh, I'm just glad I was the one who said it.
But wait! The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing?
Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips still. Ah!
Exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table.
That was brilliant.
4,100 points.
Well now, it seems that Mr. Right was winning that night after all.
He rhymed. That's impossible?
My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning.
Yeah!
Now, Miss O'Reilly, you must have known the true value of the chips. Since you were there at the scene of the crime. God damn it, so slow. Weren't you?
I can't control the text speed, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Order! Order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive. But Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happens. I said 9 Inch Nails. No, that's NIN. I got it wrong.
No, November?
Excuse me, what is it, Miss O'Reilly?
I didn't want to be saying this, but actually, you see,
See what, Miss O'Reilly? What do we see?
in the last hand, there was cheat.
A cheat? You don't mean a trick?
Wait, what do you mean? A scam?
They're all the same thing.
Yes, there was a cheat in the last hand. Oh, this is why game ends with chips as they are.
Great. Just great. So first we have lying, now cheating?
Well, this case certainly has taken a turn. For the interesting.
Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand.
The last hand, both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, the game becomes argument. The defendant's tricks was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Oh, poor Mr. Smith.
Miss Orley! Why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover-up here.
It's just the borscht.
She farted. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers.
Wash the boom boom.
Borscht, boom boom, yes. Duh.
A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make, in my experience.
Let alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics?
Mr. Gavin? What's a full house?
Lawyers these days? You don't know your poker?
Let's see, this bodes well for your case or career.
What is this? Some kind of secret court poker ring?
Justice. You know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes?
Yeah. No problem. 2 cards with the same number make a pair. 3 makes 3 of a kind.
Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house.
That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it?
You can see each player's hand in this photo.
Wow, they both have full houses.
We forget, there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Did cheat in the last hand. That still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? How was it clear?
Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace.
The 5th ace?
I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's too.
Obvious cheating was afoot, or perhaps I should say, a hand?
Your Honor, that was cringe. Dead simple.
I agree with this sentiment.
Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke?
Aw.
Very well. The witness will add this detail to her testimony, please.
Here's the witness is mistaken.
Mistaken? Not my name.
Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony.
That's the photograph of the chips, is it not?
Justice. Perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend?
Because Judge stupid.
In other words, use crayons.
Wait, don't go too far near him, otherwise he'll snort them. He
His
likes the
favorite
orange ones.
flavor is a red.
In other words, use your finger to point out your point.
Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular point contradicts the witness's blah blah blah?
Why, it's here, of course.
It's where?
Where is that you're pointing?
Where? Good question.
That's where it's supposed to point, what the fuck?
We've already heard today on the dangers of bluffing. Blah, blah, blah.
Sorry, Your Honor. I'd better rethink this. Supe better get it fucking right.
I think you'd best point out your point again.
There is a cot on the floor in the background.
That's not where I'm supposed to point. This fucking thing right here. Thank you.
Miss Worley, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's head has 3 aces. Head. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces.
Eek!
Well, maybe the witness was just simply confused? Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question?
Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace? I see cheating alright, and it's going on right here in this courtroom.
Burn.
2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating.
Wait, please! It is true! I have seen it! The 5th ace! There was cheating, I swear to you!
That's odd. She must be lying. And she's the most sincere I've seen her all day.
You're right to trust your instincts.
Mr. Gavin?
Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion.
What might that be, Mr. Gavin?
If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards.
The cards?
Mr. Payne,
Yes?
the players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court.
Very well. The prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's card?
These cards don't prove cheating was going on. Nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? I mean, there are only like 10 cards in total. Might as well use both. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of this witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards.
Very well. Mr. Payne, if you would.
Very well.
Received evidence. Victim's hand. Uh-oh.
Wow, that's bloody and... Well, time's wasting. Get to it, Justice.
Yeah, before the
Yes,
smell
sir.
permeates the stand.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is where they introduce, like...
3D.
When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using the dials on the evidence viewer. That should give you a better perspective on the case.
Okay, let's do this.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Monkey card.
Okay.
Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color. Color of monkey water.
Monkey wawa.
Monkey wawa!
Monkey Wawa.
I'm sorry, Jonesy, I scared you with that noise.
No, baby. That's impossible.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
but I put that card in right hand.
What was that, Miss Orla?
No, niet hier. I merely said that I have
Your Honor,
Mr. Gavin, yes?
tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker?
Oh, cheat?
I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend. A comrade, shall we say. The dealer.
Ah!
Wait,
This feels oddly
so you mean
racist.
this witness, Miss Orley?
She's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager.
Order! Order!
Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. I mean, of her mistake.
Oh.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh dear.
Your Honor,
Oh, no.
please recall the testimony we just heard.
That's impossible. But I put the card in right hand.
Ergo, Mr. Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith.
Oh!
Not only did she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim.
What?
Wait, you don't mean... The defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you?
Time for justice. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means... I am.
I am guilty.
I am guilty. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder.
Where's the bush? Oh, there it is.
Shot her with my finger gun.
A headshot. Critical.
Oh.
Mr. Payne, where's your witness, Miss Olga Orley?
It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
Shoot yourself.
Your Honor?
Nothing. I just wanted to say your name.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
You presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith.
And that means...
This court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time.
What?
I did it. I held out.
I see no point in prolonging this trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries.
That was a familiar objection.
What are you doing?
Sure was.
Mr. Wright?
You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet.
What nonsense is the defendant spewing now?
Think. One of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means?
What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous?
Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous.
Based.
Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night.
As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night.
That was said before?
That's what I fucking said, you idiot. The 2 decks at the club have different colored backs, blue and red. 1 color per deck.
Why use different colored backs?
If we use the same color, the 2 decks might get mixed.
You use different colors and they still got mixed up.
We used the red deck for the last game.
You see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you are using the blue cards.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards.
Whatever. In the end, 1 card of the wrong color got into the mix. Which means there was cheating?
Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo?
Yes?
Be a good little boy and consider the first question, shall we?
Oh.
Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped?
When?
There are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder.
Well, yeah. Thanks for the news, Bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course, it was swapped.
Oh? It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne. Or it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped?
When was the card swapped into the deck? Perhaps it happened after the murder?
What's that? Ridiculous? That's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly?
Yes, but tell me. How do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible.
Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little in impossible.
Oh, even when the backs of the cards are a different color? If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time.
Quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown. After the murder.
Okay, this is going past silly and straight and onto crazy. I ask again, what is the point of cheating after the game is over? Who would do that?
Oh, indeed. That's one of the mysteries before us.
There's another?
Yes. A simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card?
Who?
The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room. Alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orle.
Okay. So who was it that swapped the red card for a blue? The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And, well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orle either.
What are you suggesting?
That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As the defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orle at this point.
Yes, I know. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe that she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card.
And if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright?
Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is.
Fun? How that confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant and it wasn't Miss Orle, then who was it?
Yeah. Well, that is the question, isn't it?
Precisely.
Huh?
I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction.
A new direction? One direction?
Your Honor, kindly unbench yourself.
Your Honor, next time you take a bath, please use this toaster.
We'll find that, indeed, after the murder. Someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes.
I'm sure you're going to tell us the first was swapping the wrong color card.
Because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of card were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card.
Oh my god, it's Godot, they were
Right.
colorblind.
The person
That's one of
replaced
my
the fifth
rules.
ace with a king.
I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all.
Stolen.
All they knew was that the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in.
But there's one problem. According to our case records, the person doesn't exist.
True. Not until now. But you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone there that night at the scene of the crime.
What?
I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright.
The trial has proceeded on one central assumption. Namely, that at the time of the incident there were only 3 people in that room.
I believe this is new evidence, shall we say. Overturns that assumption?
Problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court.
I suppose that is a problem, yes.
Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess.
Oh, kinky.
Certainly, Your Honor.
Very well.
Kinky time.
The trial will resume in 20 minutes. Mr.
Obviously,
Gavin,
one
pants are
direction.
not needed.
Ew, delightful.
April 20, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there's another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is that the truth?
Well now, I think you would know the answer to that.
Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I've no time for mystery.
God, he's hot.
I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome.
I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph.
Justice.
Yes, sir?
The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me.
No problem, sir. Use protection.
No.
You did well, Apollo.
I can't say that.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright?
Ah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? Yeah, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there.
Aww.
I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter.
Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days.
He's not
One
straight,
more.
he's bi.
That works. The one who cheered you that night, was it you?
What do you think?
Huh?
You know what happened 7 years ago. What I did. Not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat.
I never, honest. But it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years.
Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. See, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case.
Poker is like trial law?
Figure out what your opponent is thinking and you win.
Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds.
I think not.
Hmm?
Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information.
You're kidding.
That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice?
No. Come on, who'd notice that?
Words, habits, twitches. All information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me. And now, I pass the secret on to you.
But I'm not worthy! I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals.
No, you can do it.
Huh?
You just don't know it yet.
What's he talking about?
But you will. Soon. Ah, almost forgot. One more thing. About this case. You should know, I haven't told the truth to anyone yet.
What? I knew it.
I have my reasons, of course. All should be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there defending me. I need your power.
My, power? I had no idea my cause of steel were that special.
It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh boy, at break time, boys and girls.
Yay! Now I get to go pee.
Oh, I've been holding it for so long.
Yeah, me too. Fuck, I actually do need to pee.
I'm really thirsty. You guys know what to do.
Oh.
Go pee, you little piss babies.
Gonna
No wonder
treat
you
you.
summoned. No wonder you
treat-
summoned these little chambers.
Gonna treat
Now,
you
I
like a
don't-
citrus plant.
Oh,
I
hydrate,
don't-
redeem.
I don't know if you're planning to continue on after this, but I'm gonna tap out.
I'm probably going to, but that's fair.
Alright, you guys have fun. Do me proud, whoever's going to take over my voice if you keep going.
Will do.
Sweet dream, wizard
we'll-
boob taco.
We will figure out during break. Hope you have good sleep.
Thank you very much.
Sleep well, champion.
Okay.
Goodbye.
We go to break now. See you soon. Bye bye.
That college student. Have you heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
I see. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. There is too much to investigate.
Perhaps I'm being too strict.
I wasn't gonna say anything about the daddy. I wasn't gonna say anything. Keyholes? I hardly knew her.
That need not concern you, Sebastian.
Daddy has some ads for sure. Does Daddy know where the keyhole is?
I knew it.
Mr. L won $500,000 on the lottery, which left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least, no legitimate way.
Salt Bay.
So he resorted to illegitimate means. This came before Salt Bay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy. Dun dun. Hello there, the lawyer from my nightmare, the shadow in the background of the court, the suspiciously dead victim. The fandom is on fire, we can live like Nick and Maya if we want, where you can always press me as I redo testimony, and in the night we'll wish G was there, we'll wish G was there. Fuck, I should have said Gay instead of G. Oops.
One
but
job.
Still. Well, that
It was
pretty
great.
alright.
Thank you, Supe. That was great.
No worries. Alright.
A headshot. Critical.
Oh.
Mr. Payne, where's your witness, Miss Olga? Oh, really?
It appears she has lost her consciousness, Your Honor.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
Shoot yourself.
Your Honor?
Nothing. I just wanted to say your name.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
Presented a new possibility.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're saying. This man is unhinged. Send him to the hospital.
Nick,
I was a
Nick
kid.
seemed having a stroke.
Quick, I'll get you there in my wheelchair.
He just like stands up and he's like,
No!
quick,
I meant hop on, you fool!
Said?
I'm getting to it. It's not some problem, it's a major problem. One might even say a general problem. Possibly an admiral problem, and maybe even a commodore problem. It's true
Sounds
that the
like a
top
pretty
of the...
serious problem.
Well, I just laid out how serious it was, Miss Andrews. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell on the guitar case.
It's gonna smash everything I see. Let me smash. No one will be as edgy as me. What? What? Excuse me? How much health did I have when he hit me?
Turn back.
But I'm not a detective, I'm a lawyer.
This has nothing to do with. Oh wait, that has nothing to do with this. If you're a real gentleman, you will find it. No, find it for your ballistic. Fuck. You'll find it for your beloved Mr.
Find it for your ballistic vest.
You will find it for your intercontinental ballistic missile.
You gotta find the ICBMs, Nick.
It's on point. Smoker says. This is the most convoluted wizard kill I've ever had to fucking do. Oh my god.
Harder than Omnigul? What?
Yes, harder than Omnigul. Have you fucking done that, Strike?
Yes, it's the fucking
Oh,
easy
come here.
shit.
Ah! What the fuck?
Physics.
I just. I'm
Bro,
gonna
you
have
got
to
like
fucking.
yeeted up against that wall, man.
Mom.
I'm back,
gamers. Stop talking about my IP address.
35.
Hey, look, Rhubarb's back.
57. Hey, Rhubarb.
Stop calling me Rhubarb.
You remember?
It's my twin brother's name.
I think I'm gonna keep Rhubarb. I'm not letting that one drop.
That's fair. Hello, Sonny. Are you ready to bring the pain?
I'm ready, spaghetti.
Oh my god. Fuck yeah.
Yes, override existing save data because Phoenix is there now. Yeah, I don't know why, but they like split the first episode into 2 parts, but every other episode is like it's
The
not.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Huh.
Also, shout out to Phoenix's sandals.
Socks and sandals?
Yeah, bro.
I was gonna say,
Fuck yeah.
I think he's sitting and I think he's just wearing sandals, which disappoints me greatly.
Hmm.
You are correct. He is just wearing sandals.
He needs the
Naru
socks.
hobo.
Naru
You can totally
hobo.
pull off the socks and sandals.
Yeah, man. He like Daddy Phoenix is a vibe.
Is he wearing trackies?
He is.
It's amazing.
He doesn't give a fuck, man. He's just like, man.
Is he
He's
actually
taking a
gay?
leaf out of
or-
Yeti Yogi's book.
Look, we're not going to talk about whether
No,
he's gay
my
or not.
theory is that
My
when
theory-
he conceived his kid, he was still exploring his sexuality before he found out he was gay.
No, see.
My theory is
see-
the kid's adopted and he's still fucking Edgeworth.
I think you swing
No,
both
see,
ways.
Edgeworth, Phoenix just subscribed to the theory of try before you buy.
Alrighty.
And now he bats for both teams.
We'll find out.
We'll see. Anyway, are
Maybe
we all
they're
good to go?
polyamorous.
Polyamorous.
Gay leading bisexual.
Yeah.
Potentially. We shall find out. April 20, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
Alt will now reconvene.
Count will now reconvene.
Jesus.
What a
So I
fucking
meant to
star.
ask,
Or is
is
it
this
Coot?
is this an official thingo or is this like a
No, this is the Android app
Like a-
for Apollo Justice, which is the only way you can buy it right now.
is this a fan port or is this official?
It's official.
Oh my god.
It's an official thing. That's fucking funny.
As our witness, Miss Olga Orley recovered.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness.
Perhaps we can hear her version of events again.
It's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne.
Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand.
Very well. The witness will take the stand. Get the fuck back up there.
Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession? Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poorer loser.
Not.
Oh my god, she's a pirate.
Name's Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quick Fingers Orley.
Oh, really?
Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian, and my last name sounds like "oh really." There,
really?
that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied.
Not
My God, I forgot about this bit.
Witness, you would tell the court what you really were up to that night.
Yeah, nah, mate. Fine, I'll talk.
I'll have it, mate. Nah,
With a plan, see?
You know, I kind of like the idea of it just being bogan Aussie.
She'd kind of suit it.
Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences.
You're a serious consequence.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yes. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy, Smith, hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress.
So, you were in cahoots with the victim?
Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of the game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut.
Just a plan to touch him.
Oh yeah, baby. Exposed as a cheater and losing on the top of it, it would have made such a great double play. Just like that, the legend would have been dashed to pieces.
Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all his prior wins.
A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan.
Oh, really, Orly? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake.
A mistake?
I agree. The trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planted card?
Hey, that's right.
He's lucky, I'll give him that. He'd have to be slipped free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers early.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick.
Cute? Who wants to be cute?
Fucking judge is thirsty.
I'm not cute. I'm bad, you hear me? Bad.
Fire to the bone,
bad girl.
Bad.
I'm bad.
Through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court.
I'm bad.
Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung.
Yeah, it's a trap card.
Oh, it was a bad trap, it was.
That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no good cheating defendant.
A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark.
The trap was perfect, I tell you. Perfect! If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up.
Look who's talking.
Well,
Me.
The testimony, for what it's
really?
worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice.
With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors?
I'll remember that, Apollo. Yes, I can see through your mind. That's my power.
Maya taught him
Mind powers.
That's my power. I'm reading the script.
Yeah. I have a gut. I mean, the script. I mean,
He's reading the
The
scripture.
teleprompter.
Amen.
He's reading the script and still picking the wrong choice.
Wait, isn't that a little odd?
It is odd that I'm reading a script and still picking the wrong choices. Can we get over that? Jeez.
What's odd?
Have you met Supe?
You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing? Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim.
Well, I just had a stroke.
What was that just now? I sensed something.
Use the force, Luke.
Something wrong, Mr. Justice?
The fourth is strong. No, nothing, Your Honor. Press her a little harder. Or
Press me.
Miss Orley, you're hiding something.
What are you talking about? I have no idea. You? Me? Quick fingers. Oh, really?
From baseless accusations.
I have one question for the witness, then.
Baseless.
You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true?
Of course it's true. I did see it. Honest. I saw when Rat hit him. With my own eyes, I saw it.
What's this weird vibe I'm getting?
My vibes are off.
That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice?
Touching her neck, was it?
Oh my god.
What is this? What? Is he using his Sharingan?
What's going on?
Whoa, what's going
Somebody
on?
slipped something into Apollo's drink.
Sensation. It's coming into focus.
Apollo's a perv.
That twitch. It's so delicious. It's like I could perceive her habit like I couldn't before.
You know, using his Sharingan is actually a good way to describe it, not gonna lie.
Yeah, man.
Whoa, Phoenix is full of shit. She's not touching her neck, she's touching her hair.
Gotcha, mate.
That's a contradiction.
And we didn't even have to push tab.
Whoa.
Miss Orley, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself.
Unaware of what?
Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand.
Now you made it weird, Apollo.
My neck?
My
back? My pussy and my crack?
Put it in my crack.
So what?
Put it in my crack.
What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort.
Peasant. When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory, and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it.
Oh my god, apparently it's becoming
memory?
one of those body language.
Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us.
Habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss Orley, whenever you recall that crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. God, I feel like I'm having an aneurysm saying that so many times. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is this.
Is inerasable even a word?
I feel like
It is
this has been translated, like,
It
directly.
kind of feels like it, yeah. Even though this is... Anyway, for those who... In case you couldn't tell already, that like, Sharingan thing is Apollo's gimmick, similar to Phoenix's Magatama.
Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon?
Yeah, let's go get them gains.
But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain?
Called trauma, sweetie.
What's he talking about now?
It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you.
You weren't far off.
This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness's habits? Nothing to do with heroin.
No.
Nothing to do with Hera either.
Not at all.
Justice, I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination.
I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Oh.
Break the
Miss
habit.
Orley, please, testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment.
Yet, I am knowing nothing.
We know you're not Russian.
Witness will testify, please. Now.
I love that. We know you're not Russian.
What will break first? I know you're
Fine.
back.
Fine.
Miss Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club.
Chicken
So-
attack.
Explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely.
Good timing there, Fluffy.
Chicken attack. The man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right, and he hit me.
Oh, that's rude.
When I came to,
Victim was already dead. Is that it?
that's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure.
Well, where does that leave us?
Madness? This is madness? I'm dreaming?
This is Sparta.
It must have been me who was hit with the bottle, and I'm imagining all of this.
It appears our prosecution is at his wits' end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events?
Mr. Gavin? Sir?
I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss Orley a big, fat liar.
What?
3 were in that room the night of the murder. The defendant, victim, and her. And she has a motive.
A motive?
Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith.
Denouement.
I was about to say that. And the denouement of the argument was murder.
What? I didn't. I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me.
What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled we catch ourselves in the process.
Mr. Wright?
Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin.
What are you saying?
Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the night of the murder.
Right. Like Mr. Wright was saying before recess.
A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know two colors of card were being used. A fourth person.
This theory again? Your fourth person doesn't exist.
Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. Romy has exited the room.
Real criminal?
Yeah, that works. And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less.
What?
Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about?
Sorry.
Remember what I said. The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error.
He or she wasn't considering the color on the backs of the cards.
Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there is one person here, in our court, who thought those cards were blue.
Skidoo.
Fuck off if it's Godot.
Yeah,
You
I
can
made
fuck
that impression
right
too.
off.
But why?
Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was?
It's not me, I swear.
Based. Go on, Ika, do it.
Who is this fourth person?
Works.
We're just taking turns now.
Why do I always get put on the spot like this?
I don't even know where he went. He just fucking bounced.
He's cleaning up
Taking
cattle.
turns being bromy.
Oh, okay.
Gross.
Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards being used in the final game were blue? Oh. Who could it be? Do you know who it is?
Mystery.
Is it
none of them?
Winston Payne?
No!
Is it Olga Orley?
Nah.
Is it... Oh, there's no voice for him. Is it me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's this guy. Fuck him. As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair.
I was right?
Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night.
But, of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards.
How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue. The ones on the floor or the table.
But, look! You can see the colors in this photo.
Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light.
It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that, a game, in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor.
Competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome.
Well, Christoph?
Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Gavin, is something the matter?
No, nothing. Excuse me. It was just so sudden. Right. You aren't seriously accusing me, are you?
Oh, Kristoff? You know, even I'd never take a joke this far.
This is going beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. A defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder?
I assure you, I'm quite sane.
But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either.
Yes, but you're a loser, and Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met!
Hot calling the kettle black, Mr. Payne? Well, what if they have?
Huh?
There is a possibility after all. They may have met that night before the game started.
What are you suggesting?
Hey!
Hey!
You know what? We should just... if you wait too long, you get your line fucking stolen.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, I see.
Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court.
The defense would like to request no such thing.
What?
I fucking said, Mr. Gavin.
Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before that game of poker be related?
I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin.
As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley.
Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you.
Oh, okay.
Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony?
And this was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along. And I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court.
You too, Justice. You would betray me. Your teacher.
That too.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth.
Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please.
God damn it, Ika. There's a chicken attack going on.
Oh, I was like, I need the lawyer gang for smut.
That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call, to defense attorney Gavin.
Mr. Gavin, you're at the Borscht Ball Club the night of the murder?
I dine with him rather frequently.
And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder?
Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him.
You were planning this all along, weren't you, Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial.
The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now.
I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong.
It's very hard to read lines with this playing in my ears.
Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Justice.
Sir.
He's lying. And you're going to expose him.
Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin vs. Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial?
I vote Gavin because he's hot.
Oh,
of course.
That's the secret to crime. Be attractive.
Yes, no one
Christ.
suspects you if you're hot.
about this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga Orally mentioned, right?
Shit his hair back.
Oh.
Plan was real simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts.
Of
I was
sorts,
to
yes.
plant a card.
I was to plant a card, yes. Ah, I was muted and I forgot. I was to plant a card in Rat's pocket beforehand. And they deal 5 aces during one of their games. Whew, okay. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search right. He would then pull out the planar card, and the trap would snap shut.
Okay, cool. Thank you for your
Nothing
service.
happened. Everything is fine. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Pieces, you say?
Pieces.
Yes.
No one made lovers.
A harmless prank, in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it.
Quack?
I happened to put my hand in my pocket. Found a card.
Archie planted.
Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card. Before the game.
Disposed? Where?
I can see you looking at your other screen, Bromy. There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle.
An empty bottle of grape juice?
The murder weapon?
Hey, Soup, you should reach over and just turn off his second monitor.
Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. To his second monitor. The colored glass makes it hard to see.
A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like terrific drama.
Well, someone's reading my lines.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Card inside the murder weapon. That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look.
Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony with this new information.
I discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle. Sorry, how do I, like... Ah, there we go. Blim.
Watch out, he's got a bottle!
The bottle is completely empty.
Oh no.
Yeah. Mr. Wright, if I may.
Yes?
I've examined the bottle, and I don't see any card in here.
No?
What? Mr. Wright? Surely... An ellipsis. Isn't all you have to say for yourself?
I can't say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps a 5th person came and took it out. Oh, and a 6th person could have helped.
Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client.
My apologies, Your Honor.
I won't have you disparaging our investigation either! We looked inside that bottle. There was nothing.
So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear?
In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence.
Oh.
Push him harder, Justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO.
Why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore?
You accused me of murder. Fuck him.
You know what? That's kind of fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't.
Oh, yeah?
Don't think I read anywhere that Mex was accusing you of murder.
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 For the greater good.
Murder. Judith,
Greater
no.
good.
Judith, no.
Mr. Wright, if I may.
Yes? I am drinking water.
Take a look at this photograph. Of the crime scene.
Every time I do it makes me laugh.
That's the crime scene.
See the victim here. He's wearing a hat. See?
Very
Hat.
good, Apollo. I'm so proud of you.
I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead.
Ellipses. Good point.
Ellipses.
We should all pronounce all of the punctuation.
Justice! Exclamation mark. Next time you point out consistency, put a little more oomph into it. Full stop.
Mr. Dot Right Dot. Can you explain this to the court, President?
Let's stop this. This is annoying. Dot dot dot. I forgot to mention.
No.
You had to.
Cash. Dollar.
Get up on the Hydra's back.
I was the one who put the hat on his head.
You?
You put the hat on the dead man's head?
He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. Shining bright. Just like in this photograph.
And?
I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head.
What? You do a thing like that?
All I can say is, I'm sorry.
What?
That's the only thing I touched at the crime scene.
So, Miss Orley didn't see it. It being the victim's, his head.
I'd think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head.
Oh.
Here we go again.
Mr. Gavin?
Pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case.
Hey, he's still our client, isn't he?
I believe that's enough of that.
Mr. Gavin?
This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago.
Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew.
I believe it was you who threw the first stone.
Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never.
Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. I love that so much.
I hate it. I hear it way too often.
Just waking up in the morning.
You're not far off of it.
Everyone loves it.
Oh my goodness.
God damn it.
He wakes
And
up,
I
yawns, and it's
Sounds like there's some room for home improvement.
Oh!
Carry on.
Fair.
Well,
When I noticed the trap, I put the card at the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well.
Reason?
That reason is right here.
Your cell phone?
That night, Recall that I spoke with Defense Attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I recorded our conversation.
Oh.
What's this?
It's a one-party record state. Go fuck yourself. Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Christoph, I seem to be in a bit of trouble.
What's this? Game not going well.
Something like that.
That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good.
Turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard.
You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china plate? It wasn't you, was it?
Me? Please. Cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that.
Bone china plate.
Kind of porcelain. Very smooth and shiny. And not plate, but pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead.
The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead. What?
Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. So, after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club?
Most certainly.
Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china plate?
Oh, that's right.
Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene. When I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court? Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head?
So, this is your reason? The reason why you put the victim's hat back on?
Your point, Mr. Gavin?
It's come down to this, has it, Phoenix, right?
Order! I will have order, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe this court has been left with no other choice. I'm prepared to hear Defense Attorney Gavin's testimony.
Well, as the prosecutor,
Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes. After which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for a cross-examination. Are we all clear on that?
Crystal clear, Your Honor.
Very well. This will be the final recess for the day.
School's out, bitches. April 20, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
I like it when plumbing does.
Okay, you can do it again then, fuck.
Mr. Gavin and
Jesus.
Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chambers.
Just gonna go fuck
Again.
myself, I guess.
Please do.
Jesus.
See ya!
Just hate on Super Clock.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Who'd have thought today would turn out like this?
Not soup, apparently.
Oh.
Hey, look, it's Ika.
May I?
Oh.
Huh? What? What?
Hello, sir. Please pick a card.
What's this all about? Is this one okay?
Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it.
A trump card?
The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all.
An ace? Where do I remember that card from?
Mr. Smith's hand was 3 aces, and Mr. Wright's 2. It was 5 aces in all. It is true. I've seen it. The 5th ace. That I was cheating. I swear it to you.
The missing 5th ace. Wait, this blotch of red. Is this blood?
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 No, it's more red.
I bathe the blood.
You have your trump card.
bluffing.
Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth.
I much prefer the Biden card.
My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it.
This blood-stained card is my trump card for finding the truth?
A magical
Why
girl.
are you like this?
It is a red card, isn't it?
I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what this all meant. That girl. I'd seen her recently. But where? That's when I made the connection.
Bloody ace added to the court record.
Are you fucking happy now, Fluffy? Jesus.
Yes.
April 20, 2:45 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court will now reconvene.
Oh my god, the judge just got very seductive very quickly.
Welcome to having to switch your voice up on the dot.
Oh, shit.
Just fucking kill me.
The times of talking to myself as gumshoe.
Defense attorney Christoph Gavin, will you please take the stand?
Absolutely not.
Oh, bugger, here I am.
Oh, damn.
Now
Tickle
then,
me Ditsu Tuesday.
if you would, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor. Will the witness state his name and occupation?
Is this fast necessary, Your Honor? I'm missing out on Fanboy Friday.
Believe me, I'm missing out on it too. But far stranger things have gone on in this courtroom.
Fine. I'll play along.
First, here's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat?
By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald.
Forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it.
What's up,
How
bitches?
did he get that?
Whoa.
I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Wright?
What do you think you're doing, right?
I get to play my own theme music because I'm awesome and you're not. Wow. Things sure look different from the other side. Know what I mean, Apollo? Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off except for that one time.
That one time being the instant he was hit?
Oh!
When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to be at the scene of the crime, at the time of the crime.
In other words, you'd have to be the real killer, is what you're trying to say.
Not bad, Apollo.
Mr. Gavin?
I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court.
What?
Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Yet, I'm afraid in the current situation, I see little reason to hide anything. Very well. Allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night.
Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us how you were involved in the events of that fateful night.
The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window into the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo. a bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright, holding a bottle in his hand. I sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, and so I left. That's when the call came from Wright.
You witnessed the murder?
For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed.
Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are on Mr. Wright's defense team. Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your clients.
What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand, after all.
So you are, Mr. Gavin. You had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window.
Mr. Wright.
You had to say that. Because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo?
Oh.
Mr. Wright, defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared?
Yes, Your Honor. Can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial is getting weirder and weirder.
Why does the text go so slowly? Ah!
Just Animal Crossing it.
Those were the only three crimes, three at the scene of the crime.
Yes, as far as I saw, at least.
And we're back to where we started. The killer was the defendant, me next right. Who else could it have been? But why didn't you talk to the police?
And 2 reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, snitches get stitches. My office was asked to defend Wright.
You see any stitches on this face?
Yeah, fair.
Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend.
There must have been someone else there at the moment of the crime.
Justice, I just said I saw no one. Not a soul.
But that goes against what Mr. Wright said.
Ah yes, this mysterious fourth person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose.
Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin.
Let me pose a question then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hands? Perhaps you can show us a reason why such a thing would be necessary.
How can I show something I can't find myself?
Remember, Apollo, the card that was swapped out was the 5th ace.
The 5th ace? Right.
Well, Mr. Justice, the question of why the killer would swap out a card has been raised. Can you point to a reason?
It's now or never. The defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a card was swapped out.
And go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the 5th ace?
Because it has blood on it.
Oops, wrong button.
Why do you say it like that?
My reason is, this.
Is that an ace?
Why? Why, it's got blood on it! Right next to the spood!
What?
This is insane! Why wasn't I told about this? Why?
Could this be? Could this be the missing 5th ace?
Inconceivable. How could you? What are you doing with that card?
Well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? It's just a fishy card from some fishy girl.
Oh, that card? It's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl Club that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are a stock in trade, after all.
No. Impossible. Unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud.
A fraud? How can you be so sure?
I mean, it's a little tempered into evidence, my god.
You having a strunk?
Yes.
Call a bondulance.
What? Call it a bond? My name is Bond. James Bond. Bond. James Bond. Call a bondulance.
I would think the only one who needs a bondulance is you, Christoph Gavin. And the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason?
The reason for?
For the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime. Keep up.
Where are you going with this?
Take another look at the photo, and the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran down from his forehead down the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen onto one of the cards?
I suppose.
The killer then took the card to hide the blood.
But regardless, that evidence is non-permissible.
Oh?
Right. Regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years you used to be a lawyer, you know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence.
Oh, we can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is I've answered your question.
But what are you talking about?
You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a card from the crime scene. Now, I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see.
This is baseless conjecture. Baseless.
Oh, I assure you it's quite based.
Oh my god, he said it! He said the thing! He said the thing!
Oh, I've been waiting to say that all night. Fuck.
New profile picture win.
What?
It's amazing, really, how a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo?
Yes?
Try picturing the scene of the crime. In your mind's eye. Or in your head, either one.
I need Gumshoe to point it out for me.
Oh man, this looks like a freaking 70s music video.
Take on me, take on me.
Anyway, the murder took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And before the killer swapped a card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with this scene.
Well, what is it?
Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on a card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victims, the killers, or the witnesses? The second witnesses? Whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card?
Well, isn't it the victim's position that's the problem?
I don't follow your logic here, Mr. Justice.
Well, look. The victim was struck in the head, sending him back in his chair. You'd think any blood would fall behind the body, not onto the table in front of him.
Ah!
Take a look at the photo again. If he bled in this position, the blood would fall on the floor, not on the cards.
Oh my god.
I like this running joke.
Why?
I think I'm gonna just kill myself, to be honest.
Just fucking teleport out of this existence.
Why, that's right! So, what does this mean?
Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs.
Swivel chairs? Oh, man.
Yeah, they're these neat new invention things. Anyway, Apollo.
But that's not important right now.
This year of 2005.
Try and turn
Oh,
the
yeah,
chair
swivel
around,
chairs.
question mark? What? Oh, damn, I could
What?
actually turn it around. That's crazy.
You chair.
The chair was facing the other way?
It would have to be.
Whoa,
I have
3D.
no idea what's going on.
Okay.
So,
I'll keep it
we
simple.
Oh, the victim's chair was facing away from the table.
Sorry, it just fucking went ahead. It just decides to do it sometimes.
Oh my
That's
god,
alright.
this is ridiculous.
When Mr. Wright returned from informing the police, which way was the chair facing?
When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in this photo.
That would mean the killer turned the chair back around?
Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. I learned how to do this from an old friend. We now know that the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction.
Again?
Yeah, keep up.
Fuck!
Let's test your reasoning
Pain.
skills again, shall we?
I need an adult.
This is the
I am
Phoenix
an
Rat
adult.
Circus and Pain is being dragged
Look,
by the
this is
ankles.
this is literally my
Dragged by
fucking
his
courtroom now,
extensions.
guys.
You don't even have a lawyer's badge.
Oh fuck, I don't need one. That's how good I am. Do you know who I am? I'm the legendary Phoenix Wright. Do I look like I need a badge?
The base tomorrow.
He's fucking fused with it. That's what's happened.
I reckon you just
Apollo.
downloaded one off Google Images.
Even
Honestly, he's fooled the court before.
He's
Even
borrowing LPGA's cardboard one.
even his hat is shocked that he doesn't have a badge. It's like, oh! Apollo, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victims, the killers, the witnesses, the second witnesses, whose location creates a contradiction if the victim was facing away. And fucked if I know.
I want to see
Victim was
legal
struck from
eagles.
the front.
What guns are-
Correct?
Indeed.
You fucking rude, Hera. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator currently is?
I would think it would be quite hard, yes.
Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense! Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game?
Maybe he just wanted to swivel his chair around. Have you ever had fun in your life, Mr. Payne?
Never once.
Once it was awful!
In any case, I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light.
What?
There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Try marking it on the diagram.
What? What?
I feel like
There's
this
no room
entire
to put a
segment
mark where the killer should be.
Sorry, Fluffy?
I feel like this entire segment exists to be like, hey, look what we can do now.
Yeah, no joke.
And
That's
this
literally
game
what
was-
it is.
I'm fucking.
And this is a
riveted now.
DS game.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
an
a DS
extended
game.
tutorial.
So they were pretty impressed with themselves, honestly.
Yeah.
This feels very contrived.
I was gonna say, I want to see
Oh,
Legal
I
Eagle
fucking
react to
love it.
this part specifically, where Phoenix, the
The defendant.
defendant, is now the lawyer, and just being like, in what god green earth would anyone allow this to
He's
continue?
prosecuting the defense attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
Just
fucking...
stole his lawyer's assistant.
He's
Yeah,
like
pretty much,
Kirby.
he's like,
He
"I'm
just opens
taking
his
him
mouth
now."
and sucks you in, and then he becomes you.
Yeah, he just poached a rival lawyer's assistant, and now he's just like, all right, now I'm
That's
just gonna
all that
put him
this
in the
was
ground.
for. He's just like, I like that boy. He's a cutie. He's mine now.
Saul Goodman would be proud.
He would.
Don't worry. Let's think through it and see what we can find. We know the victim was facing toward the wall at the time of this tutorial. I mean, the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing to strike our victim from the front?
Do you know? The killer had to be standing, well, here?
Inside a cabinet.
You get points for flair, but that's about all you get.
Are you singing?
Maybe.
I thought I was onto something there too.
I hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible. The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Or are you claiming the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above?
The killer is the cupboard.
It's simple logic, really.
Yeah.
It's the cupboard. It's a mimic.
It's. I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. It's really quite convoluted. It's not as simple as he's saying. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that at this very moment of the crime.
Wait, I know.
Don't you dare steal my fucking thunder, Apollo! I swear to God.
What if no one was actually killed? That would be a real shock, wouldn't it?
Oh shit!
At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't even there.
Oh my god.
What's this now?
I mean, that's the only explanation. The only one.
How the fuck are you gonna prove that? The cabinet wasn't there. What? That makes no fucking sense. No, trust
Where
me.
did it come from? Where did it go?
Phoenix is just like, source? Trust me, bro.
Your Honor, I have a suggestion to swing this trial my way.
Oh my god.
Even further, we should arrange to examine the cupboard in the hideout immediately.
Bailiff, send a team to the crime scene immediately.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Let's fucking do it. Have them try to remove the cupboard from my ass.
After 7 years, I finally have the judge around my finger. Your Honor.
What?
Be a little good poopsie boy and put one thing that your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff.
Yes, I see.
A chicken attack.
Do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright.
I do my best.
Who the fuck is in charge here?
I am, obviously.
Phoenix, clearly.
Well, let's proceed with this court of fucking kangaroo court, whatever the fuck this shit is that I've created.
Why has it gone on for like 3 hours longer than it should have? Holy fuck.
Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. I just drew a little like crayon doodle here. Look, there's a K there now.
Money.
Look at that.
Money.
Hey, look, it's K for Christoph.
Every time I do it, mate. If the Christoph was, if the killer was standing here at the time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't here, which means, Apollo, try moving the cupboard with your tiny little handies.
I'm in the court right now.
Thank you.
Bernie just slushed soup.
As you can see, the cupboard was the problem after all, and definitely nothing else. At the time of the murder, it has to have been shown here. Yes, it's all falling into place, my plan. Now everything is in oh my god, that's literally what he says. Oh my. What's this?
What is it now?
Big stretch. That's what.
Your Honor, if I change 7 things about what
Good
we
call.
already know, then my my theory works perfectly.
Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we've found yet another contradiction. Oh my. What I
Holy
believe.
shit.
What I believe is the final contradiction of 50, in fact.
Oh my god.
Huh? Oh, dang.
Notice something, Apollo. Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its completely, totally, not fictional, completely a writer definitely did not write this logical conclusion.
I think Soup needs to be wheeled away to a home.
I am
This
home.
homeless man in the courtroom.
Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Is it the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness?
Oh, excellent. Now I'm even projecting my speech onto the judge. This is perfect.
Which indicator in this diagram contradicts what we know about the crime?
Oh, it's this fucker over here, eh?
About this cupboard. Are we all okay with assuming it was moved?
Sure, why the fuck not? I can just make shit up as I go.
Why not?
Well, like I say, hey guys, are we sure we're okay with this? The one guy who isn't alert? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. The prosecution isn't fucking objecting, so, like, whatever.
Yeah.
I miss Godot and I miss Edgeworth. They never would have let this slide.
Honestly, that's what stopped me from getting too into this game. I was like, I missed the original trilogy when things made sense, you know?
I mean, This just feels a little too ridiculous, you know?
I've never been so confused in all my life.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I kind of stopped listening because it was stupid.
Wait till the next trial.
It's really
Wait till
quite
the
simple,
next
I
fucking
promise.
trial.
It's really simple, I swear.
I'm not saying it wasn't simple or that it was. I'm
It's
saying it
simple.
was stupid.
No, but trust, it's
We
really
killed the
simple. I'll
Batman.
explain it. It's just really simple.
Just carefully,
I'm back, bitches. You remember me from the first Ace Attorney episode? I'm back.
Just put your
See,
mind and
Batman.
soul into it.
No one's redeemed
Found
me
a
since all the way
Pokemon.
back then. Pokemon.
Why have we
Why?
not gone to the next cycle?
I don't know.
I think we've all collectively lost our minds.
Jesus, why have you done this?
I think whoever has the brain cell, the singular brain cell right now,
Alright.
is not in this stream.
All right. I'm
Whoever,
passing.
the singular
Alright.
brain cell has been
I'm-
stretched
I'm-
so thin, it's
I am-
broken. We've
I am
broken.
passing the brain cell to Mex so he can read this line.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit.
Oh, really?
You don't say.
The cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs.
How convenient.
Convenient, yeah.
That's right. Something standing outside wouldn't be able to see it. Something. Someone like Mr. Gavin.
What? What did you say?
Oh, is the coolest defense in the West losing is cool?
Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right?
It's only a game till someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court. Exactly where did you witness the crime scene from? Excuse me, Your Honor.
Order. This is a court of law and I'll have order.
Wait, we just did that thing you asked us to do. Like, fuck. Give me a break, bro. I, have shit salary.
Sound like Joe Swanson.
Anyway, they've yeah, that's the point. They've
Go.
examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor.
My feet hurt.
And what did they find?
I found a hover wheelchair that I could use to get around better. Pretty cool.
Fuck me, man.
Also, there's a secret passage behind the cupboard. Who would have fucking thought that, huh?
What?
Oh, convenient!
Yes, I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks of the room many of our regulars know about.
I do remember him saying something about that. Now that he mentions it.
What do I have to do, Peter Griffin? Secret passage is a handy... I can't even fucking...
Oh my god.
That was literally just your Joker voice, but in a higher octave.
Lois, the secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal goings-on. Never know when you might need a
Fucking... No, I'm not doing that, sorry.
Never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law.
Are we all doing it, or is it just you?
You can decide.
So the room has a secret passage. Where does it go? That's the funny part. It doesn't. The other side connects to the restaurant above.
This is literally the Joker voice. What the fuck?
Lois?
Lois, the underworld bosses could get away from the cops. And enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Oh, bleh, just like our killer. Darn tootin'.
King of the hill.
God darn tootin'.
See, Your Honor, the secret chamber connects to the same building, so that way they could escape from the cops that would be in the building.
Okay, but that secret
It all
chamber
makes
connects to Kristoff's house because he's the killer.
Yeah.
he just happened to... I have
It just
here...
happens to be connected to his house.
I have here a document that proves that Mr. Gavin bought the apartment right above the Borscht Bowl Club literally 10 seconds before the murder.
Here I have the legal documentation of Christoph ordering a secret tunnel so he could commit the murder.
If you check the updated autopsy report, you see that it says...
Bro,
I have here the status report that indicates that the secret tunnel was formally approved by the city council.
Gavin actually whipped out a Sharpie and signed next to the indent that he left in the guy's head.
I pine for an updated autopsy report at this point. I swear to God.
Bro, this is
Fuck
literally like
me.
the writers are just like, yo, bro, what if Phoenix just like knew everything, bro? Like, bro.
What if Phoenix
like,
just lost his fucking mind?
What if Phoenix just like knew all along, bro? You know, like
Holy
Palpatine, how like
shit.
Palpatine just knew, bro? What if Phoenix just knew?
What if Phoenix just knew?
What if he just knew?
You see where extremely simple and deductive line of reasoning has led us a Popolopo?
Popolo?
Popolo, oh my god, that's amazing.
I love this. Oh my god, this is chaos.
I see it, but I don't believe it.
That's a
That
very,
girl wasn't
very
kidding when she said
reasonable thought. Sorry.
Yeah.
That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for the few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin, come on, say something.
Literally anything, my dude.
Give me words.
Yeah, I ask what really happened that night.
Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it. Zoinks!
Eek!
Yes?
Miss Olga Orley was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then, our killer stepped out from the secret passage and into the hideout.
The victim must have heard the cupboard sniding. Sniding.
He wheeled his chair around, and then, after the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card.
Oh my god.
He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime.
Oh, we did it.
I am making this up as I go along.
Too bad for him when he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red. Same color as blue.
Red with blood.
Red blood.
Ah, yes, I took the card to destroy it. That's why I got into the hands of someone else completely.
Interesting, that.
Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn.
Oh my god, why?
Yet another.
It's like a big onion.
It's almost
So many
over
layers.
trust.
We're truly, truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Payne.
Donkey.
Yes? Yes, Your Honor? I was stopping my dog from destroying my belongings, sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
As an understandable excuse, Mr. Payne. Please continue.
The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby cleared of all suspicion.
What?
Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately.
Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. That's a lie. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand.
Your point, Mr. Gavin?
Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked. That a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick.
Excuse me?
The defendant is cleared of all suspicion. This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use the illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. And not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney.
Illegal evidence?
Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin.
I give up.
Is there still any reason at present to suspect me of wrongdoing?
Of course. This bottle, for instance.
This bottle?
The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking.
How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon?
It's a fucking
And not just
drink
any
he was
fingerprints.
drinking.
Am I right, Mr. Klein?
Shh, we haven't got there yet, Max. Hold on.
Actually, thanks for doing my job for me, Christoph. Yes, the fingerprints on the bottle were upside down.
I did this magical thing and literally just pointed out a flaw. And look at that.
Well, I'm not capable of doing that.
The court and this case demand an explanation. I can think of only one reason why one would hold a bottle upside down. And that is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor.
Ah, see how the court fish squirms to the last. Well, Apollo?
Yes?
I'm gonna let you get me out of this one this time. Your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still, but I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation. Just like that.
This is the stupidest case.
Yeah.
Not
Like
the
what?
stupidest case so far.
So far.
Oh no.
Why would anyone grab it upside down?
I
other than
really
to,
hate you said that.
Hook it up.
I'm Homer and you guys are Bart. It's so far.
Don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one.
Is there really another?
Take another look at the court record. I believe if you press tab, you'll find a simple answer there in plain sight.
Ha, jokes on you. Jokes on you, Phoenix. We're on
Say
Rebel.
the answer in plain words.
No. Press tab, Apollo.
Press tab.
It would be
Wait,
hasty
Dad.
to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions, indeed.
Yeah, kind of would,
Well,
wouldn't
Since when, Judge? Since when?
it? Yeah. 7 years ago, I remember.
well, Mr. Justice,
Mr. Gavin said the court, in this case, demand an explanation. Don't worry. Justice won't leave until justice is done.
perhaps the defense would care to enlighten the court. What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints on the bottle upside down?
It's actually easier to show you than explain, Your Honor. Place that bottle on the floor, next to your chair.
Excuse me? On the floor.
That's what I said. And then reach down and pick it up. Oh, lo and behold, without getting out of your chair.
Yeah.
See? You naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down.
Boom.
Look
Mic drop.
at this photograph. Taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here. Playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of the piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times.
Wow, I can't believe it was that simple.
It always is, Your Honor. Recall our dinner that evening, Christoph? I was drinking my usual juice then, too.
Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed. But then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano. And you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon.
Order! 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 What do you have to say to these charges, Mr. Gavin?
Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection.
What?
You claim that I switched the bottle. Where is your proof?
Why have I not mentioned motive? Like, my god, it's annoying me at this point.
Proof? Well, that's,
As I thought. More baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty.
I'm about to pull some more bullshit out of my ass.
Dear God, please no.
Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation?
Ah, yes. I have your memo about that here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Borscht Ball Club. And here's one of the bottles in question.
What are you going to... What, are you going to dust that for fingerprints too? I would be surprised if any were on that, but he's...
Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake. True. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything.
Hey, Apollo.
Yes?
You want to bend down and pull more shit out of my ass? Why don't
Oh,
you go ahead
you
and
got more
examine
bottles
that
up there?
bottle? Hmm.
Oh my
But
god.
when?
Just humor me.
Mr.
Who needs
Right.
smut when we can just watch Apollo here kissing Phoenix's ass?
That bottle will solve this case once and for all.
What?
Pull it out, Apollo. Do it.
Do it. It's really important for the case.
I've had it up there this whole time. Please just pull it out. It's really uncomfortable. Jesus Christ.
I can't take
That's
it
some
anymore.
bottle.
I'm not joking anymore, Apollo. I really need you to do it. It's bad. Ah, thank you. Whew. It's crazy. Oh, also there's a card in here for some reason. That's really nuts.
There's something
That's
inside the
sound.
bottle.
Oh no. What could it be? Oh no, guys, what could it be? Oh.
What is that? What is that got to do with literally anything?
Was this your card?
Phoenix was asked the whole time.
I fucking hate this so much.
That card,
It's so
it can't be. Oh no.
Hey, recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment?
Yeah, that's rude. What was unpleasant about
Is
it?
Olga Orly?
Yeah, she was pretty shit, wasn't she? She's just a little swindling Devochka.
Devochka!
Sundel Yobabushka.
Is that your final line?
Yeah, that's my final line.
Okay.
Then Rai lost the last hand just like he was supposed to, then Smith searched him. But the planet card was gone. The trap failed.
Wait. This isn't...
Everything is going as I have foreseen.
You're telling me that this is a planted card you disposed of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony.
Put my hand in my pocket, found a card. Yeah, I snuck a peek at it, found it was the 5 of Hearts. Pretty crazy. The feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game.
Put it in a bottle, and then I put the bottle in my ass.
Look, there was an
Lump
empty
in my
bottle
bum
I had
and a
been
bottle of
drinking right
rum.
beside me. I put it in my ass and then threw the card inside the bottle. Probably not in that order.
Had to do the old reach around, reach around.
Yeah. The 5 of Farts. This is the card.
Swaddles were bopped.
The swaddles were bopped. And the only kind who went up was the 4th person ever there. You, Christoph Cavern.
Christoph Cavern!
Anyone
You
else got
grifter.
toast?
Oh god, he's rumbling. Quick, I pissed him off. Oh god.
He's rumbling.
So lobster.
I'm using the fourth right. This is
He's
it.
a mutant.
It's your end.
A lobster, no!
I'm reversing gravity in this room.
Borscht. Can you do that
Also,
on my
Had
butt?
enough gravity's
I
over.
really did it, but like, are we ever going to find out why I killed someone? Like, dear God, it's bothering me.
No, you won't. No, you will. You will. That is all.
Sooner or later.
Find out why the fuck he killed him?
You do. Just not right now.
Okay. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix, right?
Revenge? Blah!
Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago?
My past is like my bottle. Straight up my ass.
Oh my god.
Nothing's changed.
It's all over for us, isn't it?
All I did was point the bottle of justice in the proper direction.
We should have retired at 3.
I feel like
this is just
I
the
feel like
unhinged
we've
era.
already peaked, and it's just down fucking hill from here.
Sheesh.
I'm glad. I'm glad we can have this little different language.
Tete-a-tete.
Tete-a-tete. Right.
Whatever the fuck that meant.
T-to-T.
What about me? Don't I get to prosecute anyone?
No,
I didn't
fuck
do my
off.
job all night, but now I want to say.
Winston, please just give up.
I give up.
I believe this time we've finally come to the end of our trial.
Please.
Really?
Payne, do you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin?
He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest right now.
You just fucking gave up.
I see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he?
None that we know of.
Mr. Wright, have you anything to add?
Boy, I'm fucking bouncing out of here, eh? I'm kind of done with this place. I can't shed any light on the matter.
Well, this victim, Mr. Shady Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler.
Yes, he was a giant floating orb in the sky.
Kill me.
An odd profession, to be sure, and that's all we know about him.
Your investigation? Your Honor?
Lord? Mr. Wright?
Yeah, what?
7 years.
Yeah, what?
And you still haven't lost your touch.
7 years.
Yep. Still pulling shit out of my ass. Christoph Gavin was a man.
I knew you were gonna fucking stop halfway. You shit.
Both as friend and as lawyer.
He extremely talented, sure.
Need two things before could confront him. First was peace where no justice could be tolerated. Courtroom. Second was man who would tolerate no justice. Other words, attorney. Papa Lobo.
Papa Lobo.
What?
Papa Lobo.
Papa Lobo.
Papa Lobo. I can't do this anymore.
Papa Lobo.
Dark time coming for legal.
7 years. Just man.
Titty twisting of justice brought on by our court system. We have to set right. Phoenix, right?
Right.
I hate this.
Work
I love
lies ahead
this
of us. I, for one, look forward to it. I don't know why I started becoming Neanderthal. It just felt right.
You just turned into Terry Falls on the stage.
Oh, seemed good. And I was very.
All
Oh, fine, defendant. Ms. Vin's right.
Oh shit, I meant to press the button.
Not naughty.
Not naughty.
Court John.
Caught her bejeweled.
Court Ed.
Oh my god.
Culture.
April 20. I'll do it properly.
28 p.m.
April 20, 4:28 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Shut up.
No 3.
Dude, the recess was at 4:20.
It took 8 minutes.
It took 8 minutes.
It took 8 minutes. Some steam
this trial.
Oh no.
It's like the Tokyo drifting through the court's legal system.
Look, I told you, Phoenix had a very simple explanation. It only took 8 minutes.
Phoenix just
I
fucking
can't take
T-poses.
this.
It's like, Your Honor, I could do this in 8 minutes if we disregard literally every rule imaginable.
I'm fucking done. I can't.
My stomach hurts,
If we just ignore every due process ever made in existence in the history of court, I can get this done in 8 minutes. If you just believe literally everything I say without question, we can get out of
You
here.
start that with Phoenix T poses and says this. You talk through the door, stands behind the defense stand, and T poses. Your Honor, look what I can do.
Not
guilty. That's right.
Look, here's a trick I picked up 7 years practice.
Holy shit.
Alright. You came.
The boss. You asked for this.
You opened it. You came. You came through, just like I thought you would. Oh, my eyes are fucking burning.
I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there.
It's true, you didn't.
It was really me. It was me, Barry.
It was the killer.
It was me, Barry. I hijacked the court system so I could get your boss put in jail.
I was fucking your wife, man.
I got your bottle now, Batman.
I jerked you off at super speed.
So that you would come at just a woman's touch. And you
Barry.
Oh, fuck, this is... I couldn't have done it by myself. Well, I probably could have, actually.
You literally did, Phoenix. You literally did.
You literally fucking did.
Literally would have done a better job just defending myself. Like, actually. Fuck.
8 minutes, dude. 8 minutes.
You sensed it too today, didn't you?
Holy
Your
shit.
ability.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Ability?
Yes, a sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough. You have a foreskin.
What?
Wait. I wonder if he means...
I was circumcised as a child. I'm unable to wield the power you do.
Well, you Apollo, you want. You have the power.
Apollo, you see, my meat scepter is shaved. Yours isn't.
I have one question for the witness then.
Oh, really?
What is your favorite color?
No.
You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true?
Of course it's true.
Of course it's true.
What's this
Harry
weird
can't
vibe
deal.
I'm getting?
Cocaine ticking in Apollo.
What? What was that, Mr. Wright?
I spiked your drink, Apollo. It had acid in it.
But I'm only 16.
Someone's going to jail.
That's the same age as my daughter. Interesting.
It was me, Apollo. I orchestrated the Clone Wars to overthrow the Jedi.
It was me, Apollo. I orchestrated the Twin Towers.
Oh my god, she means Wolverines.
It's me, Apollo. I am the Boston Bomber.
Oh no!
It was me, Apollo. I am the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh.
I'm actually
I
Jack
am
the Ripper.
Texas
Oh.
Chainsaw Masochist.
Oh.
Texas
I don't even
Chainsaw
know what I
Masochist.
fucking said. I can't be bothered saying it.
The answer, right?
No, that's my name.
Today was full of questions without answers. Most of them about Mr. Gavin.
Yeah, it was.
What possible
was?
reason could he have to commit murder? Not even I could figure that shit out, bro. Perhaps
Yeah,
you
well,
will figure
let's
that out soon. Someday.
Hmm.
And in the meantime, we'll just sentence him to fucking death, I suppose.
Wait, you don't know, do you?
This locket is the key. Mysterious.
No, that's right, the locket.
Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture is in your locket.
Yes, watch it open again.
Yep, look, we can do that now.
Your daughter, right?
That's right, I'm right, and she is my daughter. You know, you were right about this, right?
No, but you're right.
Right?
No. I'm Justice.
Congratulations.
Right a minute. Right, this locket.
Rada. I'm done.
I fucking strangled him with
I'm done. I'm fucking done.
I fucking tricked him.
I fucking strangled the shit out of him with this locket the night he died. But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. The truth is, this locket really did belong to him.
Wait!
What?
But that's perjury!
No one fucking cares about that shit, Apollo. Fuck me.
You testified! You said that locket was yours!
I said no such thing, actually. It was an omission of truth. Apollo Justice, doggo attorney. I merely said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. Subtle distinction, but an arse pull nonetheless.
Also, it's
And it's
mine
the
now
truth.
because I stole it fair and square.
Yeah, he was
Right.
the body wasn't even cold, and I fucking took it. Do you know what I'm capable of, Apollo?
Why was the victim wearing a rocket with a picture of your daughter inside?
Do you want a Scooby snack, and I'll tell you?
Yeah.
Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. I'm gay. Give it time.
Oh. You want another bottle, Mr. Wright?
You're still just getting started with your career.
Speaking of which, I may be out of a job. I work for Gavin Law Offices after all. Still can't believe it. I just saw Mr. Gavin get led away in handcuffs.
Apollo,
Yeah?
how about coming to work for me?
He got punched! I
You
knew it!
mean at the Wright & Co. Law Offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it.
I can't imagine that to be true, but...
Wait, but didn't you? You're not a... Oh, are you?
Oh, I'm a daddy, yes. But I'm not an
Oh.
attorney anymore. Lamel,
Oh,
get
he may be
bodied.
your father. but he
I'm
wasn't
your
daddy.
receptionist.
I may be your attorney, but I wasn't your daddy.
That incident 7 years ago. That legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man. Phoenix Wright. Daddy in chains. The case reached its sad conclusion, and he left law for good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts?
Itchy was today.
Literally did the entire case.
I'm not qualified to stand in a court of law, I'm afraid. Even though I kind of did. But did you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence.
Forged evidence? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. Naughty magician's trick.
One piece of evidence struck me as odd. It's true. It just seemed, well, too perfect. I'll bet this was the forged evidence. You mean this? Card with blued on it, don't you? I got this from your, daughter, Mr. Wright.
Yes. That card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left. Leaving the wrong card in its place. Luckily for us.
The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud.
A fraud? How can you be so sure? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. It's fine because I was right in retrospect, you see.
Wait,
My verdict was handed down 7 years. Shut up. You're in jail. Fuck off.
Then, you really...
Yes. I forged this card. One look at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real.
But you can't do something
Couldn't
like
be
that and call
fucking
yourself an attorney.
Who's calling themselves an attorney, Apollo?
So it's true.
What?
The rumor is true. You're a naughty boy. 7 years ago.
Take me.
Oh.
None of that matters much now, does it?
What?
what?
Did you just come on me?
The bottle slipped.
God damn it,
Oh, I punched him.
It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can turn your next bottle into your butthole. Hey, bottle kind of does sound like butthole, doesn't it?
It does.
My
The bottle
office is
butthole.
Phoenix?
Bottle butthole. It should be the
Bottle
name of
butthole?
my new restaurant.
Mmm.
My office's address. Drop in if you like.
Mr. Wright.
Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling, "Take that!" next time. I find it packs a little more punch. And Apollo, thanks for today. Had a good time. Especially with the bottles.
Okay.
We'll have
Someone
some more.
died here,
Don't
Phoenix.
worry, Right Daddy.
Someone died, and you had a good time.
I have people die all around me all the time. Yeah. What do you mean? Death literally follows me everywhere.
Phoenix literally just used forced evidence to send someone to death. He's like, oh, yeah, I had a good time. Thanks. Maybe we can meet up again for coffee.
What a psycho.
Well, he
And
didn't
with
spend all
that-
that time with Edgeworth for nothing.
And with that, Mr. Wright walked out the door. He looked so
ya.
good doing it. And that's how my first court case went. A lot of mysteries went unsolved. It was like
Hate
one,
to
it
watch
just
him
got
go, but I
extended.
love to watch him leave.
And at the time, I had no idea that they were related. Every mystery that day. Connected by a single thread of logic. The cabinet did it. I'd find that out soon enough.
It's IKEA!
My name is Apollo Justice, attorney-in-law. And this is how my story begins.
Apollo Justice. My heart. Oh my
Okay.
god.
Wait. What the fuck? I thought you said we find out why the fuck Gavin killed someone.
Yeah, you do. Just not in this
Wait,
case.
no! Not in this case!
You kind of need that to persecute
Best. I
He
hate
wasn't
this.
prosecuted. He was just arrested. But yeah, no, he's fucking.
Oh, look, there's another case. There's several
He's going to
cases.
jail.
You don't
Are
even
you staying for
find out
another
the
4 hours
motive
doing
of
that?
the first
No,
episode.
no, you know
Fucking no.
what? I'm
What?
not going to sit here and take this. That case was fine. That case was fine. You guys blew it up out of proportion.
That case is stupid.
Nah,
I think it was
it's
the best
actually-
case I've ever fucking done.
You would say that, honestly. Look, I'm gonna be honest. It's a bit hard to follow because I think they try and like put all those fucking fancy 3D effects in, and it would probably work better if Phoenix just wasn't so fucking cryptic all the time.
Yeah, I really wasn't a big fan of I'm the Omega 6 head brain and I know everything.
Yeah.
All I'm getting is that my character was so insignificant, you could have removed her from the entire game. And it would still make as much sense.
Oh, really?
Same with Winston Payne. Hey.
I gave fake fucking forged evidence.
Yeah,
so
you
good.
did.
You know, I find it hilarious. Apollo presents that evidence and doesn't face a single fucking consequence for it at all.
Yeah, well, neither did Edgeworth, so you know what?
Yeah. But Phoenix did, and we'll find out why.
Well, I mean, to
Probably
be
a few weeks from
fair,
now.
Edgeworth was going to face repercussions, but the person that was going to make him face repercussions got arrested because he murdered someone.
He faced
Funny that.
repercussions.
Not only that, he murdered 2 people.
Skill
Let's be fair.
Yeah. Okay, I think my biggest pet peeve was literally no one was like, alright, okay, but why did Gavin kill someone?
Yeah.
It was just like, yeah, but why
Yeah,
though? That was like the one question that just never got answered, and it was fucking
Yeah.
annoying.
It's very stupid, especially because they like brought up at the start, like, oh, Phoenix has no connection to the victim. It's like, what motive would he have? It's like, oh, he lost the poker game. Oh, fuck, motive's out the window. I guess we'll just fucking convict the nearest person, I guess.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, it's
you know,
a little weird.
I feel like the whole you don't find out why Gavin did it in the tutorial game is
No,
weird.
like the tutorial case comes out swinging, but then you don't actually find out the mystery behind it until later on, which I think is a bit of a cock tease.
I feel like this trial is trying to set up the
Yeah,
other trials in the game, but it just doesn't do a very good job of it.
Yeah, it only makes sense in retrospect, and I think that's just really bad writing. Like initially,
They wrote
it will,
this game backwards.
Yeah, it will make sense. It will make sense later on. I promise. You
Can
will
I
get all your
promise?
answers.
Can you pay for my next therapy bill?
Sure, why not? I guess I should, considering I made you guys endure all of that. All good, Goop. I'm glad you enjoyed all the background chaos while you were working. I hope it didn't distract you too much.
Is a
Yes.
big part of why it's kind of unhinged as well, and it seems like it wasn't written the best. Is it because that the rewrites this had?
Possibly. Yeah, so when Apollo Justice first got pitched, Phoenix wasn't actually meant to be in the game. But then Capcom was like, no, you have to put Phoenix in, because otherwise all the fans won't like it.
I think I would have liked it without him, to be honest.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z'd it.
Pretty much.
It's a new gen. You just throw them in as like an Easter egg, and that's about all you really need.
They Boruto'd it.
One time.
They Boruto'd it, basically, yeah. They kind of just put him in there and lower his power level a bit, and then it's like, oh, cool, yeah. Thanks for just ruining
They did not lower
a really
his
good
power
character.
level.
Dude, his power, like, he literally
It was
went from
over
like
9,000.
he kind of went from like a fumbling idiot who would figure things out in the end to the I know everything and I'm 17 steps above you guys because I read this script and the next season's script.
I can individually
pretty
name
much.
every ant that went through that window still.
I can look at you and command you to just explode.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there's a secret passage and the cabinet killed him.
I know, at the end it's like, oh, it's like, alright, look, the cabinet wasn't there, it was here, and it's just like, no one's like, okay, how could you improve
No one
it?
questioned him.
Yeah, and
It's
everyone was just
I
like,
guess we're taking everything he says for realsies.
I was literally like, you know what, there was no objection from one of the other prosecutors to be like, alright, cool, literally prove it, bro.
I prefer
know-
Dopey Phoenix over Five Head Phoenix.
Well, that's good, because he basically reverts back to being dopey in, like, subsequent
thank
games
God.
after this.
For this entire time, he was just having some transcendence.
Okay,
He was high on grape juice.
He was high on grape juice.
I think a lot of the things with Phoenix can kind of sort of be explained by the fact you don't hear his inner monologue in this game. Kind of. Not really, but kind of. Like some of the stuff.
Hey, but you know what actually shocked me was how fucking terrible Winston Payne actually was. Like he didn't object once. He didn't like not
Like, yeah,
Phoenix.
I
He
feel
just
like-
let it happen.
I just want to prosecute people. Why can't
Yeah,
I
like-
prosecute
yeah,
anyone?
like,
Oh, you're
literally-
prosecuting another man now. That's okay. I'll just let you do it.
Like, Winston was always dumb, but I felt like they made him even dumber just to get this to work.
Yeah,
I genuinely think he would have just
Like,
been in shock the entire
Phoenix
time.
Phoenix was literally just like, hey, you should put Christoph Gavin as a witness. He's like,
What? But okay, I guess, because I'm such a beta, I will do it.
Yeah, literally in the other games, literally in every other game, Winston would object and be like, oh, yeah, prove it. Idiot, nerd.
Yeah.
He'd do it clumsily, but he'd still do it. Yeah.
He was absolute wet blanket in this trial.
You know, I think I've gotten a new perspective of this case. I viewed it through nostalgia goggles, and now I'm kind of like,
Like, I mean, like,
I
obviously,
spent
like,
most of the time screaming and laughing, so yes.
I didn't realize how much of this game I had blocked out. I know I only played
Yeah.
it a couple of times,
I was
and then I
gonna
just
say,
went
from,
back to the
like-
original trilogy.
from fresh perspective, and obviously coming off from the original trilogy that we just did, and obviously it not being nostalgic because we did it so recently. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, I'm still looking forward to doing the other cases, but yeah, this was not great.
Yeah.
They took Ace Attorney and
It's
pumped
not
it full of
great.
cocaine.
I think this is literally the first like game story that I just have not enjoyed.
I feel like we'll still have fun just because it's
Oh, yeah, for
us
sure, for
doing
sure.
it.
I reckon this is going to be
Yeah.
a lot more chaotic.
Yeah, we'll just be as
So
more
much more
unhinged
piss
to
take.
make up for it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm still obviously.
I don't
really
think that's
got
going to
that
be
towards
hard
the
for
end
you
of
guys.
it.
Yeah, no, but like, yeah, no, like, I feel like it was just a little too ridiculous. I mean, because the other ones were ridiculous, but you know, there was still the suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, I think it's
They
a
would-
mixture of mixture of wanting to give Phoenix a Giga Chad brain, wanting to introduce the 3D mechanics, and
Yeah.
having to cram it into a tutorial while Phoenix explains it to you. Like it's just a big combination
it
of
was
all
a
that
lot.
shit.
It was a lot.
Yeah. I will go through the next case and see how bad it is and warn you guys before, because obviously,
I do not want a
obviously,
warning.
I need to fucking check myself
You know what?
before I wreck
Yeah.
myself.
See, like I was here for it, and I was enjoying it, and then we got to the halfway point, and then it just went down.
It just spiraled out of control.
I'm
No,
glad
that's
we
fair.
spiraled with it.
Yeah.
Yes, but in any case, the spiraling must stop eventually, and that is where we shall end for this evening.
We can
Thank
only
you.
go up from here.
We can only go up from here, yes. To bleach your eyes from that travesty that we just witnessed, I will be going to raid adorable kittens who are currently streaming. They are a live stream that is pretty self-explanatory. It is just a live stream of kittens that are adorable as fuck. So please go watch that. Have some lovely times before you have the honk shoe me.
Me.
And if you are in fact having a good day, I hope you continue to have a good day, such as you, lovely Magoop. Have a lovely day at work.
Have a good time, Goop.
Have a nice day. Look after
Have a
your
nice,
bottles.
have a lovely bottle. Don't forget your bottle.
Don't
Don't
forget
don't
your
stick
bottle.
Don't put any bottles in your bum. It might hurt a little bit, eh?
If you do put the bottle in your bum,
If you do,
Halo,
innit?
make sure
If
you
you do,
use a
it's
little bit of
self-inflicted.
lubrication.
I have no idea what's going on.
Nothing's happening.
Hey, look, that's all of us during this case.
Yeah.
Oh
The
my
latter- the
god.
latter part of
Now
this
you
case
guys
is
know
just
why
confused
Emma's so
screaming.
fucking checked out. I can't wait.
Yeah, actually, Emma's gonna be fun next case. Well, that'll be
She's
something
feeling
fun.
it.
Yeah. All right. See you guys on Thursday. Fluffy and I are gonna play Halo. It'll be fun. I'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.